guys, Amulate here. Yeah, I don't know if I said this in previous videos, but I was planning on doing some World of Tanks videos. Here's gonna be the first one. I don't actually know if I said that in previous videos. I know I said it in ones, but I don't know if I uploaded those videos. Yeah. So, yeah, World of Tanks. If you don't know what the game is about, basically, it's a multiplayer. You drive a tank, you have multiple tanks. Yeah, you basically fight them and try to rank up and get better tanks. Yeah, here is my review of the T29 Tier 7 American Heavy. If you look at the research tree, you have to go through, the T2 Medium, M2 Medium, M3 Lee, the worst tank, in my opinion. Well, actually, no, that's not the worst tank, in my opinion. That's for another video. You'll see. M4, and then, which is a great tank, up to the E2 Sherman Jumbo, and then you get the T29. Or, instead of getting to the M4, you can go to the T1 Heavy, M6, and then the T29. So, yeah. T29, one of my favorite tanks in the game so far, has a really good gun. But let's go over the stats in an organized manner, alright? So, has 1,250 hit points. That is a pretty decent chunk of health. Let's see how much the AT-15A has. Only 850, but I guess that is tank destroyer, so really no comparison. Let's check how much health some of these other tier 7 heavies have. Let's check the Tiger P. Tiger P has 1,350. So yeah, it has a fairly respectable amount of health. The weight on mine is 65 tons out of 66.8 tons, and I do have upgraded tracks, so that is as much as it can carry. The engines are quite a grind, actually. This thing stock is so slow, I almost gave up on it when I had the stock engine and stock tracks. That's how bad it was. 20 degrees traverse speed on the original tracks. It felt like I was part snail, part tank, because I really couldn't move into fight, and by the time the match was over, I hadn't really gone halfway across the map. But yeah, as you get to the higher engine, which is 800 horsepower instead of the lowest, which is 720, and you get the 25 traverse speed, 25 degrees per second traverse speed. It's all good. It's a bit better, but yeah. So guns. Let's look at the guns now. So the first stock gun you don't want, okay? That's a tier 6 medium tank gun, and it's only okay as a tier 6 medium tank gun. Honestly, it should be a tier 5 medium tank gun. It is not suitable at all for this tank, okay? Let me just say that out. Let me just put that out there, alright? I had trouble penning other tier 6s, and I was driving this tier 7 heavy around. Second gun is quite a big upgrade. If we look at it, it's a 90 caliber, 7.89 rate of fire. Average penetration is 160. Average damage is 240. Accuracy isn't great, but it's not completely horrible. All right, 0.38 accuracy at 100 meters. 2.3 second aiming time. Nothing to complain about there. That is a pretty standard aiming time. 2,050 kilograms weight, which I guess doesn't matter. So it's a pretty good gun. I was doing okay with it in matches. Here's what it looks like. Yeah, and then the final gun you get. Now this is a really good gun, alright? It's actually a tier 8 gun on this tier 7 gun. It's a 105 caliber, 5.26 rate of fire, so very slow rate of fire. Well, not very slow, just slow. 198 millimeters of average penetration, 320 average damage. Accuracy at 100 meters is horrible, alright? 0.42, you will have trouble sniping things from a good range. 2.3 second aiming time, so that's nothing too bad, alright? Turrets, so the stock turret is fine, tier 6 turret. Armor is about the same as this turret, except this turret has an extra millimeter of armor on the rear side of the turret. The traverse speed is the same, the view range is increased on the second turret, so this one has 330 view range, and this one has 380. Radio, there's a tier 6 radio and a tier 10 radio. Stock radio works, 395 signal range, and the tier 10 has 745 signal range. So I actually do not like that stock radio at all. Always have the tier 10 radio on there. So yeah, that's the thing for equipment. I like to take a large caliber tank gun rammer, because with the final gun, that 5.26 rate of fire isn't very good. I'll just be honest with you there. I take an enhanced gun line drive just to be able to pull off the first shot as I'm moving in. I don't have enough money for the third equipment piece yet. If I had to choose, I'd go between either the toolbox or the improved ventilation class 3. Toolbox just because I get tracked pretty easily. I don't know if it's just my luck or if it's a tank itself. But yeah, so armor, 102 millimeters at the front, but it's sloped, so it's okay. Not too bad for a tier 7 heavy. 76 on the sides. You'll probably get penned by most things shooting at you. 51 at the rear. So basically crappy sides and rear armor. Side and rear armor. Alright. Turret is very, very, very good. Alright. 279 millimeters on the front, which is right here. And if you put this thing into a position where only the turret is showing, you have a very high chance of coming out of that gunfight alive and missing very little health, because with this mantler right here, that covers a good chunk of the front of the turret. And that's 279 millimeters thick. Look at that right there. I've been shot at by tier 9s and 8s, and they can't pen it at all whatsoever. They've been shot here, can't pen, can't pen. There's one weak spot on the turret though, and that is right here. Alright, that's a flat area if you look. Well, almost flat, and it's pretty it's not the best piece of armor on the tank, I guess. Alright. Commander Kublai, I don't know if I said that right, don't care. Another weak spot. I don't think these count as weak spots anymore. I've shot at these on other T29s, but they didn't take damage. So I'm guessing that that's not a weak spot right there. I guess it's just not part of their tank, kind of. But yeah, weak spots. Alright. Under the turret, I believe, is pretty good. It's a pretty good place to shoot at. I have been nailed right here. It surprisingly penetrated me on this thing. I don't know if that's actually a weak spot or not. This part of the tank right here, definitely a weak spot. And this machine gun port is a weak spot as well. But yeah, if you lol, sorry for that interruption. If you are facing one where only the turret is showing, you want to shoot at either that or that right there. But if the hull is showing, your best bet would be here, here, and here. Alright? So, yeah. Pretty well armored tank, decently armored. 26 turret traverse speed. 26 degree turret traverse speed. Lol. But yeah, the speed limit is 35 kilometers an hour, so not the fastest of the tanks. For cruise skills, I don't even remember what I took actually. This was quite a while ago. Personal file. Alright, well apparently I took 6th sense on that. On the commander, on the gunner, I took snapshot. On the driver, I took smooth ride. On the radio operator, I took situational awareness. On the loader and other loader, on this one, I took the ammo rack thing, what's it called? Safe stowage. And on this one, I believe I just took adrenaline rush. Alright. Now at least I know that. If I had to choose a second skill, I'd probably just go for repairs on most of them. But, yeah, excuse me. I'm a bit tired because I just got back from vacation and I haven't actually slept yet. So, yeah, excuse me if I'm being a bit slow. But, yeah, I'll show you guys a replay right now of what I can do in this tank. What you can do in this tank, actually. I should say that instead. Hey guys, Amulet here with the replay I promised in that video. So, this is the replay of the T29 match I had. I do have a platoon mate in here with me, using this Tiger P. But I'm going to speed this up because don't want to wait 30 seconds. No wasting time here. I'll put this at ×2, just because it's a bit boring. But yeah, so we are T29, not a very fast tank. I'll switch into normal speed just for a bit, just so you can see. It's not the slowest of the tanks, it's not the fastest either, you know. Here's this giant turret. You can see it in action. And a nice gun. Me and my little platoon mate just having a little fun in the chat. But yeah. So I knocked down that tree like a boss, okay? And I sit here, and I actually bounced this shot off that T3485, and the reason is he was sloped at a really well angle And yeah, this one completely missed. So that accuracy definitely comes into play when you're using this gun at this range. So I decided to take a shot at the KV1, right? And here's what happens. Bounced right off. Critical hit, no damage. And I don't know if that's a thing in the game, if it's a broken mechanic or something, but I don't know. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Critical hit, no damage. But yeah, I guess I just had 3 derp shots with my gun. Ammo is really expensive. It's 1K a piece, but when it does hit, it does good damage. Look at this shot. Sets the guy on fire. I probably ruined his day right there. So, little Stug 3, crossing the little road, thinking he could get past us. I empty shot into him, take out most of his health, and then teammate gets a kill. So that's fine by me, but yeah, because I'm pretty sure you still get XP for damage, no? Yeah, alright. So yeah, I decided to move up, because we cleared out a lot of the enemies. It's 6-0 right now. And I see a little Hellcat who thinks he can get past us. Not today. He had 312 health, and I shot him once and he died. That just proves that this gun is pretty awesome. It looks a bit different when you have the stock turret, actually. I just realized that, like the tip is a bit different. I don't know if that's what it's called, but whatever. So I have 1 kill now. I'm heading up. I was planning on killing this KV2, but he dies about here. There we go. So KV2 dies. As I pass through this road, I see a little Yak Panther. I decided to scope in on him, but he just passed by way too fast for me to even get that aiming circle down. Even with that enhanced gun lane drive, I knew I wouldn't have time to really take a shot at him. So I'm coming around this corner, right? I know there's 2 enemies, 3 enemies, 4 enemies, 2 enemies that are actually on this side of the wall, right? So I see him, I shoot, and I completely miss. Alright? So I decided to use this truck as cover. It is breakable cover, but it will stop 1 shot for me. I think that's how this game works. I don't even know. I kill at SU-100, and I don't get to kill this KV-3, but, you know, still did a number on him. If you take a look in a sec. There we go. 288 damage, and then T43 picks up the kill. So, yeah, by the time I make it to the end of this little path, it's game over. We just won. So, yeah, T29, great tank. Hope you guys enjoyed. Believe I got 25,000 credits for this match and 918 XP, and that is without double XP. So, and no premium account. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and have a nice day.